Hi guys, welcome back. We're back again with another interesting topic for you. And in this video, we are going to make a to-do application. A to-do list application. And the most important thing is that we are going to learn the database, SQLite database. And this is basically a database, but it doesn't require any server or environment to set up like some of the other relational databases, including MySQL or Postgre. But it will save everything in a file, but we can interact with it like it is a relational database. So the major advantage of using SQLite is the simplicity, because you don't have to connect to any database server or anything. It will be saved in a file. It will be lightweight, and it will be fast and reliable. So it is very suitable for small scale projects, not for the large scale actually, but only for the small scale projects, something like to do application. So let's get going then. So for this one, let's start with some HTML first. I'll call it to do application or to do list, maybe to do list. I'll include some CDN here as always. I have Bootstrap and Font Awesome. Great. So I can start the HTML structure now. Let's start with a container. Because we are using Bootstrap, now we can use the classes provided by it. In H1, I will say to-do list. I'll create a form with method post. Action will be the same file. The same script. And probably class would be deflex and margin bottom 4. So inside form, I will have input type equals text. This will be the name of our to do, and in the task, name equals task, followed by class equals form control, margin end 2, probably a paste placeholder, add new task, and it will be required. Makes sense. Now I'll need the submit button. Input type equals submit, name equals add task, and then class equals btn primary. Value equals add. Let's see. Okay, not bad. We'll go through the CSS later on. Let me finish my HTML first. So after the form, I can create task list. And what I can do here is I can create task item. And inside task item, I will also create a form with post. I'll submit everything via form, whether it's delete or to do, toggle status, everything. Action, class equals deflex, line items center. Probably I'll need to make it flex grow 1. And inside the form, I'll have input type equals text, with the name equals ID, value equals something, and another submit button type equals submit. Let me make it also button with text add in it. Perfect. So for this button, I will have font awesome icon here. FAS FA check circle and text success. All right. So for this button, I'll need a name here. It will be toggle status and class would be btn action. Let's see. Okay. So how, oh, I need to make it hidden. I'll pass it in the background. Perfect. Now after the form, I'll create task actions. And it will also have a form because this will be for the delete action. Method equals post and action would be the same script. Input type equals hidden. It will also be an ID because I need to pass the ID value. I will populate it later on. Similarly, I need a button which will say delete, and for delete I'll use icon FAS trace. Perfect. And for the button, type will be submit, class would be btn action, text danger, and name equals delete task. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to show the actual title, I mean the task name. So let me create a paragraph tag here. Inside this, I'll say this is the task. Okay. And for this one, I'll need to add class of task text. And if it is completed, I'll add completed. Okay. So I should be good to go now. Okay, I'll need to add number of task items. Let me add 3 of them. Okay, I have the 3 tasks now. I will make it look good after the CSS is done. Maybe I'll also create another form, and this one will be also post, make out the same script, and this is for resetting all the tasks. So button, I will say clear all tasks, and it will be type submit, class equals btn clear, name equals cleared all. Okay, I think we should be good with the HTML part now. Let's jump into the CSS and make this tool look good. Let's start with the body. Let's do a background with linear gradient, 135° with some color codes. 764 BA2. Let's see. Okay. And font family would be, let's go with Poppins and sans serif. Minimum height would be 100 VH with display flex, align items center, justify content center, and let's make the color to 333. Okay. Now let's move on to the container, which will have background color of in 255. Let's go with A 255 with an opacity of 0.9. Okay. What next? Let's give it a border radius 15px, padding 30px, box shadow 0, 10, 30, RGBA with 0.2 opacity. And max width could be somewhere around 600px, and width would be 100%. Let's see. Not bad. Okay. What next then? For the H1, font size 2.5 rem, font weight 700, color 333, and text align center, margin bottom 20px. Okay, getting into shape now. For the form control, let's call it border radius 10px, border 2px solid DDD with padding 10px, 15px, font size 1 rem. Okay, looking good. For the focus effect, let's change the border color to different one, maybe 667 EEA. Okay. Also, just remove the box shadow. Okay, this looks better. Now let's move on to button primary. So it will have the background color of the same thing, 667 EEA with border none. Border radius could be 10px, padding 10px, 20px, font size 1 rem, transition, background 0.3 seconds is. I need this transition because I'm going to add hover effect to it, so as to make it smooth transition. This is hover. I'll change the background color, and it could be something random. Let's see. Okay, not bad. So for the task list, let's keep some margin top with 20px. Let's fix the height at 400px and overflow auto. Okay. So after this, the most important one would be task item. Display flex. Justify content space between. Align items center. Padding 15px. Okay. I need to add more thing here. Let's go with border 2px solid DDD. Border radius 10px. Margin bottom 10px. Background white. Let's add transition to it because I will be adding hover effect. 0.3 seconds is. Okay, getting into shape now. So for the hover effect, let's change the box shadow 0.515 with opacity 0.1, and let's transform it as well. Transform, translate in y direction only by 3px. Let's see. Okay, this is not working. Task item. Oh, this is for the hover effect. See, this looks good now. Now let's move on to the task text. margin of 0, flex grow 1, margin left 10 px, font size 1.1 rem. Okay, let's go for task text with completed class text decoration line through, just to denote that this task is already completed, and color could be different as well. Per task actions, display flex with a gap of maybe 10 px. For btn action, let's set background to none. Border also would be none. Cursor pointer, padding 5px, transition color 0.3 seconds each. Let's add the hover effect now. Action, hover. Let's change the color to 67 EEA. Okay. This is looking great. So after the button action, let's go to btn clear. So this is one is the btn clear. Let's add it with 100%. Okay. And margin top 20 px. Background ff 4D 40. Let's see. Okay. Then color would be white. Border would be none. Border radius would be 10 px. Similarly, I will give padding of 10 px and 20 px. Okay. And what about font size? 1 rem. Then transition. Background 0.3 seconds is. Let's add the hover effect. I've just changed the background. FF1A 1A. Maybe let's change the color to FFF as well and see. Okay, not bad. This is good. Okay, we are almost ready now. Okay, now we can start our PHP code to make it dynamic with the SQLite database. All right, so let's start from the first. So at first I need to make the database. If it was a MySQL, you all know I need to make a database connection here, right? So because this is SQLite, I will do something like the database connection, and which is new SQLite 3, and I'll give the file name here todo.db. This is somewhat similar to creating a database connection, but it is not connecting to any server. It is creating a file named todo.db in the root folder, and everything will be stored inside it. Great. So now I need to create a table. So let me create the query. Create table if not exists tasks. So the columns would be, you probably know it, ID, integer, primary key, auto increment. Similarly, task, it will be text and not null. Completed, it will be integer, default would be 0. I think this should be enough. Let's execute it. db query query. So if there is no table, I have created a table. Perfect. So now let me create some post requests. So if I've already made the forms, so I can get here the request method if it is submitted via post. So what I will check here is if it is a post request. Oh, this should be here. So if it is a post request, let me check for the actual task. So if it's set $_post add task, if it is a add task request, then the task is, I can get the task name here, the task title. Then I can prepare my SQL query, that is stmt equals db prepare insert into tasks, the column task, and the values would be task. I think it should be okay. Let's bind the value now. So stmt bind value to the task, and the value would be task, and this type would be SQLite 3 text. And finally execute the query. Perfect. So now what I can do, I can copy it and replicate it for the delete task. Oh, yeah, that was good. Delete task. So I need ID for the delete task. It will be ID, and it won't be insert query. It will be delete query. Delete from tasks where ID equals ID. And I'll bind ID to ID, and it's not text. It will be integer. This is good, and it will be else if. Similarly, I can do it for toggle task. In this case also, I will need ID. Oh, what I did here. So this is okay. Now I can do it for toggle task ID, and it will be an update query. Update task set completed equals 1, where ID equals ID. Similarly for the clear request, is if, let's copy this one. If it is clear all request, then I can just do a simple query with delete from tasks, and it will delete everything. Perfect. After everything is done, what I can do, I can just redirect it to this same page, location index.php. Cool. Let's check this out. Oh, I'm still remaining to populate these tasks. So let's do that as well. Let me create a variable called result, and I will do a simple query which will say select asterisk from tasks ordered by ID descending. So the tasks would be empty for the first time, and I'll just keep on adding every row with result fetch array from the result, and then append it to the tasks. Let me see if I have any error. Okay, I have some error. Now I need to check it. Let me check it from the terminal. I'll go inside SQLite. The file is already created here. So let me check if this works. Okay, this one is working fine. And if it is okay, let me remove this one if this is giving me error. I think this one is giving me error. Cool. Now I can go into it. So the post is closed here. Select asterisk from tasks, order by ID descending. The query is fine. Let me see if it returns me something. Yes. Then fetch array. Okay, this is not result, right? This should be SQLite 3 SOC. Now it should work. Perfect. So there is no any error. I have the list of tasks in this array. Now I can easily loop through it for the task item. This one. This is the task item. I don't need other task items now. Let me remove them. Now I'll loop through it. Okay. For each tasks as task. Let's see. So as I don't have any task right now, let me show some message in that case. So before doing the loop, what I can do, I can check if empty tasks. If the task array is empty, then I can show a proper message here with some deep class equals empty state. No tasks found and new one. Let's see. Great. No tasks found. Add new one. And for the else condition, I can do through the things. This is the end of for each. And to that, I have the form and I can push the else tag here. Great. If there's no task, I don't need the clear button. Perfect. Let me add one new one. New task. Okay. Great. At least it's getting added. Now because this is actually not completed, but it is showing completed because I'm using static things over here. Let me make them dynamic now. So for the task name, echo HTML special chars task. So the task name should be dynamic. Perfect. And after that, I need to make something dynamic here. So for this one, FAS is fine. Let me add a condition over here. Echo if task is completed. Then I will show FA check circle with text success. But if it is not completed, I will show FA circle only. Let's see now. This is working perfect. If I make it success, let me check it later on. But this is working perfect. And for the completed also, I'll need this condition over here. So echo if dollar task is completed, then so completed, else so nothing. Okay, so this is fine now, but this one is not working. We'll check it later on. What next? So because I need to pass the value over here, equals task ID. Let me copy it. Let me put it over here also. Perfect. Let's see now. It should work now. It's still not working. Doesn't matter. Let me add new task. some more ones. Let's try and delete it. Everything is working. Clear it. Oh, so for the clear, I have some issues. This is type submit, action is post, name is clear all. Okay, let's start with one thing at first. So let's first check the toggle thing. So if it is a toggle task, I don't have name toggle here. Probably, where is the toggle? Submit. Toggle status. But I'm calling it here toggle task. That's the problem. Let me call it toggle task and check it. Oh, I have some error for the toggle task. So I have the ID over here. No issues in there. Update tasks set completed equals true where. So this should be the problem. Now it's completed. This is also completed. If I click it again, oh, this is just for completed. Perfect. Okay, this is completed. Let me add few more tasks. Okay, I can add multiple tasks and go through all of them. Delete is working fine. Let's delete the completed task. Now clear all tasks. So what do I have here? For the clear all tasks, method is post. Oh, this is not the clear. Oh, I got something wrong here. This is method and this is the action. Now it should work fine. Clear all tasks. Okay, I have some error in the query then. Oh, how come it went away? And the name is clear all. If it is clear all, then delete from tasks. Clear all tasks. I can add new more again. I can delete anyone. I can mark is at complete and then clear all task. Perfect. So this video actually covered the basics of SQLite database and how to use it with the PHP. Actually, it is very useful for some small projects and some projects with just one table rather than using MySQL or some other databases. This will be very lightweight and very efficient and fast as well. But in case if you want some complex datas and there will be situation for concurrent access of those datas and with a larger user base, then this is not the recommended way. This is just for simple projects and simple applications. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe us for more interesting and useful videos like this. You already know I have provided a link in the video description where you can find all the source code over here. You can access all the source code in that link. This much for today. Cheers, guys.